Seatbelt on, yeah. Unless they're able to reach it down there. Alright. Sure you don't want a tissue or something?
I have a feeling I'm gonna throw up.
You want a bag?
Yes, please.
Alright.
These are the moments when former teacher Christina Formella completely broke down after hearing the charges against her, charges more serious than anyone could imagine. Police body cam footage shows the moment she was pulled over. At that time, she was still a respected teacher and soccer coach at Downers Grove South High School. But now she is being taken into custody, facing devastating accusations of taking advantage of underage individuals. Let's take a look at how the arrest unfolded after the parents' report.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Officer Guzman with Downers Grove. Do you have your license on you?
Yes. Can I?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain. I'm sure you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You're Christina?
Yes.
Okay, Christina, do me a favor. Can you step out of the car for me? I know you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You don't have anything on you? You can just grab whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need. Like your phone, your purse, go ahead and grab it.
Is she going somewhere? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna explain everything to you guys. Go ahead and grab it out. We're not going anywhere right now. Of course, yeah.
I don't understand what's going on here.
I get it, yeah. You can go grab your things.
Can he come with me?
Yes. You stay there for right now, sir. Just stay there, but yes, you can. But come on back here.
Should I shut the car off?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Goes off. Okay. Let's right back over here. So, we do have an investigation going on. We have to talk to you about it at the police department, okay? So we're going to explain everything to you there. It's not my investigation. I don't know the full details. We do have to bring you there, though, okay? So I do have to put you in handcuffs and bring you to the police department. Just a Downers Grove.
Handcuffs?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
I'm like willing to go with you.
I get it, yeah. Unfortunately, we have to do it that way. So do me a favor. We just take this off.
Can I ask you
Of course, yeah. It's not, like I said, it's not my investigation. Obviously, we're here for a reason. So go ahead and turn around for me. So right now you're just being detained, and there is a detective that needs to talk to you at the police department. So we'll let your husband know. He can just come to the police department as well if he wants to wait for you there.
I'm like...
I get it. You have a lot of questions.
So scared.
Yeah, everything's okay. We just need to talk to you at the police department. That's all. Nothing else on your pocket right now? Anything else?
Just my phone.
Just your phone?
Here.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're heading to sit in the back of this car. On the other side. Once you get to the police department, you'll talk to the detective and he'll explain everything to you.
But you can't even give me like an idea
At the moment,
what this is about?
Other than that it's an investigation, that's all I can really tell you right now. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you more.
Before the shocking arrest, Christina Formella was seen as a role model. She completed her education in 2017, earning her degree to become a teacher. Soon after, she was hired at Downers Grove South High School in Illinois. She wasn't just a classroom teacher. She also served as a soccer coach, guiding both boys and girls, respected on and off the field. Parents trusted her. Students admired her. She was described as professional, dedicated, and committed to her work in special education. To the community, Christina Formella represented the best of what a teacher should be. But prosecutors say behind that professional image, she was hiding a dark and devastating secret. According to prosecutors, it all began in January 2023. What started as casual interactions inside the classroom soon crossed every boundary. Investigators allege that over the next year and a half, Christina Formella and the 15-year-old student met dozens of times, between 45 and 50 encounters, many of them right there inside her own classroom. Others allegedly took place in her home. The truth, however, didn't come out because of a teacher or the police. It came out because of a mother. When the boy's mother bought him a new iPhone, she restored his data from iCloud. That's when she found the messages. Conversations between her son and his teacher. Messages that investigators would later describe as undeniable evidence of an inappropriate relationship. The discovery shocked the family. Parents reported Christina Formella to the police. Court documents also reveal that on her own phone, Christina kept personal notes, almost like a diary, detailing her secret connection with her student. A double life, carefully hidden, until a single mistake exposed everything. On March 17, 2025, the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office announced the first charges against Christina Formella. According to prosecutors, she faced 3 felony counts. The investigation began after the victim's mother discovered disturbing text messages while transferring data to a new phone. She immediately reported her findings to the Downers Grove Police Department, who launched a full investigation. State's Attorney Robert Berlin did not mince words. He said, "The allegations against Ms. Formella are beyond disturbing. As a teacher, she was entrusted with the care and education of children. It is alleged that she not only violated that trust, but also preyed upon a vulnerable." Berlin also praised the police department, stating, "I would like to thank the Downers Grove Police Department for their work in bringing this matter to light and for their ongoing commitment to protecting our communities." In their own statement, Downers Grove Police emphasized the digital trail of evidence, saying, "Upon receiving a report from the victim's parents, investigators quickly launched a thorough investigation. Evidence obtained from digital devices, including recovered text messages, confirmed an inappropriate relationship." They concluded with a promise. "The safety and well-being of remains our highest priority, and we will continue to work closely with the state's attorney's office to ensure justice is served." In the weeks that followed, the investigation didn't slow down. It intensified. Detectives went through phones, cloud backups, and hours of interviews. On June 17, 2025, a DuPage County grand jury returned a stunning new indictment. 52 additional charges were filed against Christina Formella. That brought the total to 55 felony counts. The new charges included multiple counts of criminal assault, aggravated criminal misconduct, grooming, and indecent solicitation of a. Prosecutors now alleged that the relationship was not an isolated incident, but a pattern of misconduct that stretched nearly 2 years, from January 2023 to September 2024. Dozens of encounters, many inside the classroom, where students are supposed to be safest. In a statement, State's Attorney Robert Berlin said the extended timeline and the allegations of grooming were beyond disturbing. He praised the courage of the victim for coming forward and vowed to pursue justice to the fullest extent of the law. Despite the severity of the indictment, the presiding judge allowed Formella to remain out on bond, but under strict conditions. She was ordered to wear a GPS ankle monitor at all times. A 5,000-foot buffer zone was established, keeping her away from both the victim and the school where she once taught. Her attorneys pushed to reduce that distance to 2,500 feet. The judge refused. The courtroom atmosphere was tense. On one side, prosecutors argued she had betrayed the community's trust. On the other, her defense insisted she deserved the presumption of innocence until trial. But with 55 charges on record, and the possibility of decades in prison if convicted, Christina Formella's future now rests entirely in the hands of the court. Christina Formella's family issued a forceful statement in response to the firestorm of media coverage. They called it a public spectacle of gender-based persecution, asserting, "The public shaming of women accused of misconduct reflects deeply embedded patterns of misogyny, subjected to relentless personal attacks and sexist scrutiny that ignore the legal process entirely." They argued this wasn't about evidence, but perception, that the focus had shifted from facts to her appearance, her private life, even her lipstick, turning serious allegations into a moral spectacle. Outside sources echoed the sentiment. When men face accusations, we discuss evidence and procedure. When women face accusations, we attack their character. This isn't justice. It's gender-based persecution disguised as accountability. At the start of the case, Christina was like, "Everybody comes after me because I'm good looking. I'm a good person. I care too much for the boy. Her boyfriend, later husband, swears he didn't know a thing. She always had some excuse like she had to stay late at school to help students. Now he's standing by her side, giving her full support. The indictment of Christina Formella didn't just stay in the courtroom. It ignited a media firestorm. Headlines spread across Illinois and beyond. Teacher indicted on 52 additional counts. National outlets from Fox News to ABC 7, Inside Edition, and People magazine all ran the story. Across YouTube and social media, creators uploaded dozens of videos dissecting every detail, some aiming to inform, others chasing views. In the public eye, Christina Formella became more than a teacher accused of crimes. She became a symbol. For some, she was a predator who betrayed the trust of students and parents. For others, she was a woman facing a wave of misogynistic attacks and online shaming, punished before trial even began. The online discourse spiraled far beyond the facts of the case. Her appearance, her private life, even her makeup became targets for speculation. The courtroom had rules, but the court of public opinion had none. Christina Formella had a status hearing in June 2025. Her next court date was scheduled for August 4th before Judge Mia McPherson. So far, there has been no confirmation of any changes, but the question remains: when will sentencing finally take place? Prosecutors have made their position clear. If she is convicted on all counts of the indictment, 55 felony charges, Christina Formella could face up to 60 years in prison. Her fate now rests in the courtroom, and the verdict that could decide the rest of her life. In our previous video, we followed the case of a teacher who stalked her ex-boyfriend. Along with her sentence, she also lost her job. I asked you then whether that punishment went too far, and most of you agreed that her behavior set a terrible example for children, making the loss of her career unavoidable. But today's case raises a different question. Should stories like Christina Formella's be kept lower on the radar until the courts reach a verdict? Or does intense media coverage risk turning into a public shaming, one that can even influence the final sentence? Her family argues that women on trial are judged not only for their crimes, but for their private lives, their looks, even their lipstick. While men, they claim, are judged only on the evidence. So I want to hear from you. Do you believe that a male teacher accused of seducing a 15-year-old student would face a harsher sentence? Do courts treat women more leniently? And does media pressure and public opinion play a role in the justice system? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation isn't just about one teacher. It's about how society reacts to crime, gender, and justice before the gavel ever falls. Choose your next video. If you enjoy courtroom drama, brilliant attorney moves, abusers getting what they deserve, or other compelling cases, stay with us and watch your next video.